slowly with his choo-choo eyeball. He's the only roller, yeah, hair down to his knees, a joker in his sleeves. He just does what he pleases. Yeah, he's such a tease. Chatting with the viewers, baby, it's about to start. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Chatting with the viewers, baby, gonna play our part. Oh yeah. Chatting with the viewers, baby, gonna steal your heart. Steal your heart, yeah. Get ready, we're gonna start. Start, start, start.
Hi, this is 14-year-old Liam, and I really am lame, but, when I'm not being lame and wondering why girls think I'm weird and gross, I'm listening to Liam's live streams. Yeah, I'm listening to my stuff in the future. I wonder what I'm going to grow up to be. Maybe I'll be an astronaut.
Hello and I can't. Where's the switcher? There's the switcher. Hello and welcome to Chatting with Viewers for February 1st, 2024.
No.
25, right? Mm-hmm. Is it 25?
Yes.
I wonder if it says 24 on the
Oops.
stream. I have to look.
Yeah, better check that before you get called on it.
Nightbot wants us to know that we're tuned into Liam's 2024 marathon.
Well, that's rude and not correct.
Yeah. So a few people are tuned in. Patrick is here. Brandon's here. Mackenzie's here. Nikita Banana is here to say that bananas need to ripen in a certain way.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy late birthday, Nikita. I think we're late by one day. Sports Commentaries is here. Stephen Crouch is here. Blind Goofball is here. Liam is here. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. There'd be no show without Liam.
John says, good morning, Liam and Alyssa. Hey, how are you, Alyssa?
I'm here.
You're here.
Okay, fine. I'm good.
You're good. Oh, well, okay, yeah. That's good. I'm glad.
I've been dealing with some stuff.
It's been a week. It's been a long week.
It's been a long few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, just we've had a lot going on here. It's all been good. It's all been good stuff. Chloe's here. Okay, so I did get 2025 right. Thank you to everyone. Let me know. My phone's yelling. Sorry for my phone. I would put it on Do Not Disturb, but I'm waiting for the phone to ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're waiting for phone calls, and when you're waiting
on people to do things that they need to be doing.
Yeah. You're late by one day. How rude. Well, sorry, Nikita. I don't stream on Fridays. You know what I do on Fridays? I work. which is fine, I guess. Streaming would be fun too.
It pays the bills.
Yeah, working pays the bills.
So we do, because
so
we must.
I wanted to say that we had a lot of stuff to talk about, but we really don't. We haven't been here in a few weeks, and there's been a few reasons for that. 1 week we were moving stuff, so we got our living room redesigned,
Rearranged.
redecorated,
Reconfigured
and
some
kind of
furniture.
redecorated too. We got new stuff in there. So we had to take the weekend to get furniture moved. We moved a couch from your office to the living room. We put it by our window wall. No. We put my couch by the window wall. We took your couch. That's the main couch now.
Yep.
So kind of an L shape to sit on. And my mom got us a TV entertainment center. Man, Mona's going crazy.
I was gonna say you want to put it on silent, but then you're not gonna hear.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hear the call then. Yeah.
Assuming it does.
I mean, sure they won't call me for another 2 weeks because that's the way the world works, but yeah, we're waiting for a phone call. That's important because reasons. And
that's not cagey at all.
John says, so I finally bit the proverbial bullet and bought the annual $95 license of Jaws. And after a decade and a half of not using Jaws, I have to say it's pretty cool. Yeah, Jaws does some things well.
It's
Both
what
of us
a lot of
are a
people
little
at work
quiet
use.
today. Hold on, I can fix that. Sorry, I know why we're a little quiet. Let me get that fixed for you.
Next, we'll be yelling.
No, there we go. I got it. We were
Something got bumped.
the main output was a little low. Yeah, Jane says plane crash in Northeast Philly last night. I did see that. That was very tragic.
Just after one earlier in the week.
Understandable. I also work on Fridays, says Nikita, so even if you were to stream, I wouldn't see it anyways.
Well, then how can it be rude?
Jane has to renew her Jaws license in March. She thinks on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully this is a little better for you guys. Sorry about that. We haven't streamed in a while, and I think some sliders have gotten bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, I use Jaws every day at work. It allows me to do my job most effectively.
Yeah, I'm as someone that taught, I prefer to teach Jaws. And we've gotten into this discussion before. There's definitely have been a lot of, why don't you teach this? Why don't you teach this? My favorite was, why don't you teach Linux? Which was fantastic. But yeah, I have had a lot of people ask me, well, why don't you teach NVDA?
A lot of your workplaces, especially with security being what it is now, they hear open source and go, nope.
No, we're done.
Yeah, you're using Jaws.
We're closed. And I honestly think Jaws handles some productivity applications better.
And a lot of the stuff's already baked in. You don't have to configure add-ons or do anything like that. And at work, for a lot of people's jobs, if you want to make any changes, you have to have IT there to put in a password to let you do that. So you can't just go, I'm going to install these add-ons, and then next week, oh god, I forgot this one, because you got to get IT to help you.
Yeah, and again,
IT
is not going to allow certain things. You work in an enterprise network, they are just like, no, you're not installing NVDA, we don't care. We had a situation last year, and I didn't have it, but someone else had it, and it taught me a lot about. So in order to get Jaws, and actually props to Aether who figured out what it was, you needed a certification from...
Wait, Aether did something?
Yeah, he actually did something. I was amazed. It's like, it was probably his one good thing for the year. And
he did his good deed.
We're only in February, and that's not good. So the other 11 months, he's going to slack off. But he did find that certain workplaces are requiring it's like a security certificate. And it essentially says that this has been secured and whatever. And so no ticket, no ride. And so NVDA doesn't have that because it's open source. So it really cannot be,
authenticated.
No, you can't really, because
super secure.
anyone could bring in a modified version of it. John says, have you heard of Lisi? Yeah, Lisi's fine. I have nothing against Lisi. I just don't use Lisi, and I don't teach Lisi because you're not going to have... I had this discussion, actually, with a fellow instructor a couple of years ago. And that's right, I told you about this. And so he was
last
like...
year.
I was 23, actually.
Oh, I thought... Or was that a different one in 24 that was like, I found this and it's awesome?
No, it was 23. This was a previous person's instructor that I helped with. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yep. Yep.
Them being gone has left a vacuum in our lives.
Yep.
So I...
But it came up again last year with
it did.
Somebody.
It did. Yeah.
So that's what I'm remembering, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But you know, they were like, yeah, I found this thing and I think it's great and I want to have my students use it. And I said, that's awesome. And you should, unless your students are going into the workplace. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, they're not going to let that get installed on a workplace computer. So don't train someone on something that they are not going to be able to use in the workplace, because now you've gotten them used to a system, and not everyone is as adaptable as we are. And so you don't want to give them, and like, he liked to install things like Classic Shell, and I was like, no, don't do that. And he was like, why? I'm like, because they won't have that in the workplace. And he was just like, I never thought about that. And I was like, yeah, your job is to prepare people for careers. And so we're doing people a disservice by using stuff like that when we're training them. If you're working in like an OIB program, so like an older individual who's blind program, sure, give them all the shortcuts, because they're using this more for entertainment, and
they want to be able to read
independence,
emails and watch videos from their grandkids.
Now that I've done my good deed for the year, says Athera, I can focus completely on the bad ones.
Aha! I knew he was lurking out there.
And Athera, I'd be kind of curious what you think about this too, because like as being an instructor,
yeah, you work with a variety of folks.
I feel like you'd agree with that sentiment that like if you are training somebody for the workplace, for, you know,
and also your students, like in school, I feel like JAWS is going to be the thing that they need when they're older. Like, I had a really forward-thinking TVI that instead of just going, oh, here, have your note taker and go work, she was like, no, you're learning how to use a computer, you're learning how to use JAWS.
So Brandon has a good point, and well, a good comment, and I can definitely speak to this. I don't get all the hang-ups on trying to make Windows act like past iterations of themselves. Well, it comes from people are uncomfortable with change. This phone is really infuriating me. Here, hold on.
You gonna put it in your pocket?
I'm just turning it down. I'm sure when it rings, if it rings, I hope it rings, that
it'll blast us away.
Yeah, that's my hope.
Ah!
Yeah, right? So, yeah. So we got all that. Also, hi to 24 of you that are tuned in. This is pretty cool. So again, not a lot to really talk about. We did the living room
your mom visited.
Jiggering. My mom got
us a new entertainment center.
Got us an entertainment center that we're filling with knickknacks and trinkets and gewgaws and stuff.
Still need to find a stand for Blind Barbie.
Yeah, we got to put Blind Barbie in.
She's just kind of sitting right now.
She's just chilling with her cane, just sitting on the shelf. Yeah, Ray says change is hard for us. I agree, it is. Change can be very uncomfortable.
In so many aspects of life.
And, I mean, people, like I said, some people are not malleable to change. And so you have to drag them kicking and screaming. Well, my old system didn't do that. I know. But your new one does. And that's the one we got to use to be successful. And so it's figuring out, like, how to get people through that. Hey, Patrick, please don't spam symbols. Thank you. Yeah.
What else? We've had Big Easy food a few more times.
Oh my gosh, we went to the Big Easy twice. Actually, we want to talk about that because
yes.
So there's been, we talk a lot about accessibility being hard, and getting
Or
companies.
why can't people just do this?
Yeah,
for
why?
me?
Well, that's the why can't you just? So, we have a restaurant here in Yukon that we love called the Big Easy.
Yes, we've been there like 4 or 5 times. I think 4 did we count finally?
4, yeah. We
And
should go a
just-
5th time.
Yes,
We should go like an 11th time.
their food is delicious. It's Cajun food. They definitely tamp down the spice because we're not in New Orleans.
No.
Oh,
Also,
somebody.
thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Urbanary.
I heard a very faint beep beep boop beep.
Yeah, beep 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 beep. But yeah, so we went. We go to the Big Easy a lot. Really good food, locally owned. They're literally only open lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
And it's like Tuesdays through Saturdays.
And it's a pretty small, like it's bigger than we thought, I think, but it's a pretty small.
It is, and it's
Place.
not.
And like they all know us there now. We walk in, they're just like, "Oh, it's good to see you two back." We went there with Liam's mom, and they were like, "Wow, it's really great to see you two again." And we're like, "Yeah," and we brought one with us.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, it's a lot of the same people, so they know who we are.
Yep.
They
So
have a
Athir,
good time
I'm
with
going
us.
to roll back really quick. Athir says, Jaws is way easier to teach. It's easier
Yep.
to get help content. And
Yep.
like you guys said, it better prepares students for the workplace. It's easy to get help with a quick key press
Yep.
on any supported application.
And if you
Yep.
have to call tech support, you can call Freedom.
For newbies, Jaws can handhold better than most screen readers. And like
Yep.
Alyssa said, everything is built in with minimal customization. Yeah.
Yep.
No, I think Athir very well
Like
encapsulated
the
it.
picture smart stuff that they've done is just.
Well, now we've got Smart Screen Review coming, so
I
that'll
use
be.
that like if I have to be in a camera on meeting, I will absolutely face and view and picture smart it to see what it's actually seeing
Yep.
around me, and like sure you can do that with other screen readers, but
Yeah.
you have to set up like
And
AI
you-
tokens
and you gotta,
do all
yeah,
this
you
stuff.
gotta get a key,
And I don't know how to do any of that.
and you shouldn't have to know how to do it.
CoolMD donated $99.99
Whoa, what?
through Super Chat. Love your content.
Wow, thank you so much. Cool MD, thank you so very much for the super chat.
Thank you. I don't know what it said, but we're supposed to be excited, I guess. So
Oh
thank you.
no, be excited. Big thank you to Cool MD for the $99.
Holy cow.
Wow, thank you so much. That will help immensely.
Yeah, I don't have a headset on today, so I'm not getting all of the
Yeah,
audio
Alyssa's
cues.
not getting the audio cues right now. Thank you
so
so
I wasn't trying to be a
much.
jerk.
Yeah, the face and view and picture smart is insane. I had no idea how good it was. No, I agree. It's really good. And yeah, I mean, okay, you can do that in other screen readers, but in order to do that, you have to get an add-on. You have to set it up. You might need an OpenAI or Gemini key, which
You may be paying for that.
Gemini keys are kind of free. I got a key that it has limited usage from Gemini. I don't know if they're going to be like, well, since you've been using it, now we're going to charge you. But there is like a
Yeah.
free tier.
And I remember, if I remember correctly, with the Jaws one, you get like 25 uses of each
Oh, it's
Gemini
50.
and is it 50?
Yeah, I
of
think it's
each
50
Gemini
GPTs, and I
GPT?
think the Claudes are unlimited right now.
But yeah, you get a lot of, and if you're doing 50 picture smarts a day, yeah, maybe want to look at something like
Oh,
Ira.
if yours says Smart Screen Review is already here, but I'm not really impressed with the initial release of it. Yeah, it's going to need some work, I'm sure. I haven't gotten a chance to mess with it yet.
But yeah, let's keep on about Big Easy.
Yeah, so
there's a
Big-
point to all
Big
this.
Easy, there is a story to this. So one of the things that we love about Big Easy is the great food. The thing that we don't love about Big Easy is being a small restaurant. They don't have a website, and they don't have a menu that we can read.
Their menu it's on Facebook, right?
And it's a bunch of pictures, yeah.
Yeah, they have a DoorDash menu. So,
Which is
like,
awesome.
We can see some of what they have.
But it's not the full menu. And, like, they're missing stuff on the DoorDash menu that you can get on the full menu. And so I actually messaged them and was like, hey, we love y'all's food. But what we don't love is that, we can't see a full menu. And so I thought about it before I messaged them. I'm like, well, if you're going to make a menu and you're going to make something that you have to print. How are you going to make that menu? Well, you're probably going to go into Microsoft Word and type it up, right?
Yeah, unless
Sure.
you use something like Canva, which, fun.
You're going to make, and you're going to make a PDF copy most likely, but they don't because they don't have a website. So I'm like, well, they had to have digitized the menu. So where's that original file? Oh, okay. I bet they have a Word doc. So I emailed them and was like, hey, really appreciate what you guys do. However, don't have a menu, so I don't always know what to order. Any chance that you guys could send me, if you've got it, like the original Word doc so I can read it? And they were like, yeah, we can do that. That's a really good idea. Here you go. Boop. And so, yeah.
Yeah. People hear the word accessibility and they panic. Oh, God, that's too difficult. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a person on my staff that knows it. And so it's putting it into a language that they can understand.
Yeah. Jane says, wish I could get my orbit fixed. That's too bad.
Call Orbit Research.
Yeah, call Orbit Research. That's who you gotta call.
Correct.
But yeah. I mean... actually, John, you are kind of incorrect on that. Speech and Sounds Manager is emulated in NVDA using the earcons add-on, but you are correct in that, like, the base screen reader does not have that. The cool thing about NVDA is that there are add-ons, so want to do a thing, there's probably an add-on for it.
I think that's kind of the idea, is that it's
Yeah.
modular. It's like, here's the basic, what you need to get started. If you want to add things to make this work for you,
Well, it's kind of
now
like...
you can do that. It's a lot less
kinda like-
bloated than JAWS.
It's like Android. Android's like, hey, you want your phone to do a particular thing? There's a customization for that. You want this? Okay, you can do that. You want a different launcher? Yeah, we can make that happen.
JAWS can be it's very bloated. There's a lot of stuff in it.
But the flip side to that is you don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's there.
Some of the stuff is like, I still kind of giggle at the fact that like HJPad is still there after, what was it, like 30 years?
Yeah, Ray says part of it's how the topic is approached. I agree. I think if you come at it...
Although,
with kindness.
full disclosure, I loved HJPad for my students because they could practice dialog boxes and form fields.
Hey, who'd you learn that from, by the way?
Oh, I don't know, some guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you learned that from someone, right?
Yeah, I knew it was there years ago and honestly kind of forgot about it. And then, I was like talking to some person about work and they were like, hey, have you ever used HJPad with a student? And I'm like, what? I didn't know it could do all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We tended to be like... I tended to give you a lot of good ideas. I still remember the Gmail thing.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask somebody.
Yeah, who, Liam?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Didn't your student go, who, Liam?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they called you out on it.
I saw these students, most of them all day, every day, so though I didn't tell them every aspect of every facet of my life, I had a lot more room to kind of open up and share a little bit about who I was.
My students knew a little. I mean, I only shared certain things, but they definitely...
Well, you have to.
So, anyways,
Anyway, Big Easy, accessibility.
Big Easy.
We're squirreling hard.
It was good. So we're going back again.
Yeah, and...
We've kind of made that our anniversary...
And it is exactly in how you approach them, because if you're going, well, this isn't accessible and I need you to change it, they're going to be like, well, I don't know how. What do you mean? But if you just say...
Jane says mail's a special beast. I don't understand people's reticence with Gmail. Well, I do, actually. And it goes something like this. Gmail is hard. I don't want to learn it. I'm going to use the basic view because that will work for me. And I'm always going to use the basic view. The basic view is always going to be... Wait, you took my basic view away? Like, that's the trap that we fall into. And I've said this...
I already know I'm going to cry when they, like, take away desktop Outlook. I'm going to have
to
learn how to use the new version.
I've said this a lot about Twitter, and I said it for 5 years, which was, I'm going to stop using clients... because what they giveth, they taketh. And I remember when they killed the API and everyone lost their minds. And we're just like, well, now we can't use Twitter. Now we can't deal. And I still use it. I use it every day. And because I taught myself to use what was there. And I'm not going to say that it's perfect, but what I am going to say is that it's perfectly usable. Same thing with Gmail. I don't think Gmail is perfect, but I think it's perfectly usable. I had to use it for a job. And so I remember coming into the job in 23 and sitting down at my laptop, and they're like, yep, so we are a Google company. Google. I said Google. We're a Google company. Sometimes I don't think they were. We're a Google company. And so I was just like, okay, cool. Where's Outlook? And they're like, no, you don't understand. We don't use that. I was like, what? And so they were like, yeah, you're going to have to learn the HTML, HTML interface for Google. And honestly, I taught myself in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are sometimes things we use that make our lives easier. Like, I use Mona. I don't use the standard Mastodon app, but if I had to...
Is there a standard Mastodon app?
Yeah, there is.
I didn't know if they had actually made one, or if they were just like, hey, we just create the stuff, other people create.
No, there's an app. It's got its issues, and that's why I ended up moving over to Mona.
Ray says, what is HJPad? So HJPad is... they built it it's got to be 30 years ago. Because
it was Henry Joyce. So if that gives you an idea of the timeline.
And it was just it was like a notepad replacement, and you could do basic editing in it. But what was cool was that it had all these test dialogues that you could practice moving around dialogues in. And it was really designed, I think, to get people comfortable with the computer.
And it had some pretend little form fields as well, so you could use it and... No, you couldn't really track somebody's progress with it, but if you just needed them to have an independent thing to work with and spend some time with...
Yeah, Lucas has a really good point, and I agree with this. I wouldn't be surprised if thought goes into making the core of NVDA as lean as possible so that the smaller core development team of NVDA won't have to be expected to support a lot of extra stuff. Yeah, I would agree.
Well, and their idea is to make it agile.
You really want to make it, I mean, that's the idea.
Because you can run this thing from a flash drive or on a very minimal spec laptop.
So, I found with Gmail, Jane saying, I found it annoying that I can't have all my emails on one page to mass delete. I thought there was a select all. I don't, because I keep a lot of stuff in my inbox. I'm like a inbox piler. I keep a lot. My work emails like that too.
Oh, so is mine. It's so gross.
I need to clean at some point, but...
Yeah, I'm good about throwing out physical mail that I don't need, but email, it's still full pile, and it's, I'll get to that later, or, I might need that for something, and then 6 months goes by, and it's why is this still here?
Jimmy Dub says, I have no idea why I'm still subbed here. Well, I don't know why you're subbed here either. I can't help you. I don't know. You can search and select all matches. Okay, that's good to know. I never had to delete hundreds of emails, but I can see where that could be annoying. I just let stuff pile up. So we got well, there's two things I wanted to talk about. One was that we weren't here last week, and we were supposed to be here last week, and then I got some news, and the news is that my cat passed away, and I want to say my cat carefully because it was really me and my sister's cat. Savannah kind of, we sort of have weird joint custody over Savannah because
Yeah, you, your sister, and your mom, right?
I adopted Savannah. Savannah ended up moving with my mom and my sister. Because they had another kitty for Savannah to play with, and I guess they got along real good. And so my sister kind of adopted Savannah, and then when my mom moved into my grandma's, she brought Savannah with her, and so Savannah kind of became my cat again. And then when I moved to Missouri, I didn't take Savannah with me, and when my mom moved to Florida, she took Savannah with her. So Savannah then kind of became my mom's cat, and my sister would see her when she was there. So Savannah got really sick, and so she unfortunately had to be put to sleep, and her her kidneys failed, and we really were shocked because
She'd been pretty healthy.
She was pretty healthy. I mean, she was fat. She was a big cat. She was like the female Garfield. She really was.
And
she
you
was...
got that news like less than an hour before we were
yeah,
supposed to go on.
and so I got up. My mom had called me, which was weird because like my mom doesn't normally call me on Saturday. You know what that's like.
Yep, had that happen today. Turns out it was just something she wanted to tell me.
It was
but I
good
thought something
news.
was wrong.
It was good news, which we'll talk about later, like when we're ready to talk about it. But anyways, so you know, it was something where it was like, hey, yeah, I got to tell you this thing. You know, Savannah had to be put to sleep, and I'm like, are you sure you don't have the wrong cat? Because my mom's got 2 cats. Her other cat's like 16. She's really old. And I thought that, you know, she got the cats confused. No, she didn't, unfortunately. And so it was hard. And I love that cat. People that know me know that I love animals. And
animals love you.
They sure do. Your dog adored me.
She was
We've
a
discussed
traitor.
this. Yeah, she sure was. It was awesome. But Savannah was kind of a special cat, and anyone that has a cat will say that about their cat, because I think cats
adopt people.
They do, and their personalities vary. Dogs' personalities vary too, and I'm not here to say that they don't, but man, cats are crazy, and this cat liked having her belly scratched with your foot. It was the weirdest thing. She would like, if she knew that you were sitting like on a couch, she'd go lay by your feet and roll around in the ground so you'd scratch her with your feet.
Like a dog.
Yeah. She was very treat oriented. Always got excited when there were treats.
Was she like raised by dogs at some
I
point?
don't know.
Because that sounds like Jan.
Maybe I'm a dog. I have no idea.
Woof.
Luke Delgado says greetings from Mexico. Hey, Luke. Buenos dias. John says, how old was the cat? Savannah was about 13, I would say. Let me do some mathematics.
Yeah, that news was like...
Yeah, almost 14.
Yeah, that news was like within the hour of going on stream, and so it was just like, yeah, no, not today. Because it was very sad. It was very unexpected.
Yeah, I'll agree with Brandon on this to a certain extent. I feel like cats form relationships deeper than dogs. All you got to do is throw food at a dog, and you're a friend for life. Cats require building of trust. Yeah, I would agree with this.
I think so.
Some dogs are like that though. I mean, you know now.
Yeah, Jan was
Alyssa's
something of an
dog was a traitor. And when I first met Alyssa's like, yeah, don't be offended if like Jan doesn't cuddle you or come near you much. She's not really a people.
She could be kind of skittish.
You're like, she's kind of standoffish a little, hey. And like Jan was in my lap at that point.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, what just happened right now?
Jan like jumped up on the bed I was sitting on and flopped on me.
She loved people and she wanted to play. Like she would show you her toys and she'd wag her tail and sometimes she'd roll over for a belly rub, but she just wasn't snuggly.
No.
For the most part. I kind of got to a point where I got her snuggle, but I think it was like if I must. But yeah, and then we went to visit her after she went to her retirement family, and she saw me and she was happy to see me. I think like the tail was wagging, she was like headbutting me, gave me a couple kisses,
and then
like,
she
hi.
looked to her right.
Yep. And then it was like this switch flipped. You brought Liam! Oh my god, Liam, it's so great to see you! Wag, wag, wag.
Oh yeah, there was like panting and
like what just happened?
Like she ran over and leaned on me.
I had this dog for 6 years.
Yeah. I'm just awesome like that.
Like I still don't understand.
Next says, so she was about 127 in cat years. I think cat years are different. I think they figured cat years to be 5 instead of 7. I don't know. The whole cat years to dog years to human years is really so dumb.
you can't really measure
We try
it.
to like, we
Quantify
try
it.
to we try to quantify that, and it's annoying. But Savannah was a great cat. I posted on Mastodon, I think on my personal, but I think I made public, of some audio of her getting fed, and just she just has these like, I am constantly pissed off meows. and it's the thing, she just constantly sounds angry.
And I'm sad I didn't get to meet her, but she probably just would have hid from me the entire time.
She
She
probably
didn't like people.
Well, I mean, if you had a bag of treats, that she would have come over, eaten them out of your hand, and then be like,
hid.
"Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah, which is funny. When we went to the cat cafe for Christmas, we got a picture with one of the cats. He was actually not one of their adoptables. He was like their cat that they were actually moving to their new location.
Nick says one human is equivalent to 9 cat. No, I don't think so. I think it is.
There's the urban legend, cats have 9 lives.
Athir says 14 normal people years is only equivalent to about 72 cat years. See, that's the problem, is that cats don't have years, damn it. We have years. My year is your year, is Athir's year.
They just don't live the same amount of time we do.
Which sucks.
Really does. But yeah, this cat looked just like Savannah, apparently, from what your mom had said.
Yeah.
Gravy.
Gravy?
Yep.
Yeah. But
I wanted to steal him. He was like the coolest cat.
I wanted to steal Mr. Pancake. Now I understand.
Really? I thought you were like, it's weird, he's bald, I don't know what to do with this.
But he was so adorable. All he
just wanted to snuggle.
do was crawl in my arms and snuggle. And he like got up on my shoulder and then went down my arm and was like, I can snuggle here. And I like had to hold him up like a baby.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not adoptable either. He's
No.
like one of their resident cats. But yeah, Gravy moved to Tulsa because that was their original plan
That's
for
right.
him, was to make him one of the Tulsa residents. Because they like to have some of their cats there to kind of acclimate the other cats.
Yeah, and Brandon says some cats live into their 20s. Yes, they do.
Some do, yeah. Yeah, there were these cute little baby ones that were like 4 months old, and they had alcohol names. There was one named Tequila. That just,
Tequila
like,
was
wouldn't leave us
adorbs.
alone. He was so cute.
Dude, yeah, Tequila was awesome. So that was last week, and I apologize, but I was not in any shape to broadcast. I didn't want to talk to people. I just kind of wanted to grieve a little bit, which
And
I
we
did.
all need that sometimes.
But we got one more thing for you guys. So I'm holding up on camera 3 more book cartridges, because apparently the library does not understand what Bard only means.
Or that you are a 39-year-old man.
Yes. So they sent me more books.
So
and
we're
I
going to
thought
see
we would
what they are
take
today.
a look and see. Maybe I got some better books this week. We actually haven't looked at these yet. So this is going to be the first.
Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it was the last chatting, right? That
Yeah.
we did the first round of
It was.
books.
So we received books from the National Library Service. So I have a cartridge that goes into a player. Catch the last one to learn more about how this actually works. But in your 30-second Reader's Digest version is, we receive books on a cartridge. Cartridge goes into a player. You can play the books. But you can also download books using an app or a website. And they can go onto a player of your choice.
Yep. And what I still don't understand is they listened to me. Like, they got the memo for me that I am download only. Because I also just recently moved my stuff over.
Right. So they decided to send me physical books. They also decided to not update my listing preferences from 1991 when I was 6 years old.
Yeah, so last time we had such books as
Runaway
Ramona
Radish.
the Pest. Yeah, Runaway Radish.
Samantha's Christmas Surprise, and Meet Addie. And
yes,
anybody,
an American Girl story.
Yeah, so if you are either a girl or maybe you play with dolls, I'm not here to judge, you will be familiar with the American Girl dolls. So I received some American Girl books.
Yep.
Which is fantastic, except I am not 7, nor am I a female.
Yep, and
Or
then we
Play with Dolls.
had Runaway Radish, about the runaway pony.
Jade says, oh my god, they really need to fix things. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn on this player, And
See what they did this time.
Player on. Press any button to learn about its function.
about.
Thanks, Evenware.
Volume up to increase. Volume down.
All right.
To decrease the volume
So let's-
by one step, press the volume down.
Yes, sir.
There are 15
Okay.
volume steps.
Okay.
You cannot turn the volume
I'm
off.
putting a cartridge in.
completely.
Hold on.
5. Books.
This cartridge contains several books.
Oh, does it?
It was prepared especially for you.
Oh,
and contains
for
several
me.
books that you have explicitly requested.
No,
Or
it does
books
not.
No, I
subject-
No, that's just it. It does not.
You may select the book you wish to read from those available on the player's bookshelf.
All right, here we go.
Forward. Near the player's
Oh, wait.
front.
Oh, I gotta hold the thingy. There we go.
Bookshelf. 5. Books. Book 1.
Between Flowers and Bones.
What?
What?
Okay.
What is this?
2.
Say cheese.
What?
3.
Screech School.
Screech School?
What?
What is Screech School?
What is happening right now?
4.
The Magnificent Makers, book number 9. Rolling through the rock cycle.
That doesn't sound exciting.
Not in the slightest.
Rolling through the rock cycle.
Okay.
Shane says this is insanity. Contact your library and demand changes.
He did. He already did. And they still...
Oh, is Say Cheese a Goosebumps? Oh, it might be. No, it's Say Cheese and Die.
3.
Screech.
Let me
2.
see.
Say cheese. Say cheese by Jan Carr. DB124596. Listening Library originally produced this unabridged recording for the commercial.
Oh, okay. So I don't know who Jen Carr is.
Bookshelf. 3. 5.
Beneath the swirling sky.
Okay. So that's cartridge 1.
These are at least maybe a couple of years ahead of, like, Runaway Radish and Amber Brown is not a crayon.
It's crayon, not crayon. I think it's actually crayon because it's CRAYON.
Okay.
Okay, just saying. Jane says keep contacting them until I got changes done.
Well, they're also supposed to be
Books.
sending you a thing for your...
This cartridge
For which one?
contains several books.
They were also supposed to be
Oh,
sending
for
you
the
a...
player, yeah.
Yeah, and they...
We're using Alyssa's player because mine doesn't even
We'll
work.
send you a box for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't really want to. They're like, well, don't you have the box? Like, got this thing 15 years ago.
That
no.
lady sounded very happy telling you the Swirling Sky title.
Is that about tornadoes?
Bookshelf. 5.
Maybe.
Books.
This is
Book
Oklahoma.
1.
A Spy Called James. The true story of James Lafayette, Revolutionary War double agent.
What?
2.
Dread detention.
What?
3.
Bodega Cats. Picture perfect.
What?
Huh?
4.
Blood City Rollers.
What?
5.
Humphrey's Pet Show Panic.
Humphrey's Pet Show Panic.
Yeah, we did not look at these at a time. The
What
last
are
time we
these?
kind of did.
Oh yeah, last time because we were just like, what?
And that's what sparked all of this. But no, this time we did not check this in advance. So I was like, what if it's like 50 Shades?
Well,
What are we
it'd be
gonna
an
do?
improvement. I'll take one shade. All right,
5.
here's the
Books.
last one.
The shore.
All right, I think we did look at this
Bookshelf.
one.
5. 4. 1.
Yeah, so we got
Bookshelf. 1.
Witches of Brooklyn. Spell of a Time.
2.
Humphrey's Treasure Hunt Trouble.
Who's Humphrey and why do we keep getting books
yeah, we
about
got
him? Humphrey's Pet Show
Stop
Panic.
and Humphrey's Treasure Trouble.
3.
Peacemaker.
4.
Humphrey's Mixed Up Magic Trick.
Who is Humphrey?
Someone
God,
enlighten
don't
us
do
on
that.
this.
5.
The shores beyond time.
All right, so I don't know what these books even are.
No clue. Couldn't they have at least sent like some Little House on the Prairie? I
I
don't know.
felt like we had a better, like I knew some of them. Well, you knew Amber Brown.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
Yeah, my 3rd grade teacher introduced me to Amber Brown.
Yeah, again, that's the generational gap we have, is I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it was kind of her diary of like school. So it was kind of like Ramona, but it was more like in first person.
Oh. Amber Brown, it turns out you're not a crayon. You're just a book that 3rd graders read. She did say crayon. Oh no. Now we're going to have the crayon versus crayon. Well, I don't remember what the reader said on the cartridge. If
it's not crayon, it's like crayon. So, but does it have to be crayon?
I don't know. I always thought like it was a crayon, like because it's I don't know. Like,
it's not crayon. Like that's
crayon,
incorrect. But it would be crayon.
But I don't know.
Well, it's like the aunt versus aunt thing.
Well, it's holy aunt.
Okay, so why are you gonna?
Who calls them aunts?
People do.
Do you call them aunts?
I do not, but
No.
I'm like, see, you can have different thoughts on this. I've had friends that called them aunt or auntie. Like, that is a thing.
Blind Goofball says this is actually quite funny. My current state library is pretty cool. They sent me the new player and let me send the old one back. What?
You got a new player already?
Wait, which new player?
library?
I don't think those are out. I want the new player.
I didn't think.
I want
I
the
thought those
new
were coming later
player,
this
yeah.
year. Those are going to be cool.
Dude, Colorado was awesome. They begged me to take an e-reader.
Yeah.
They're like, please take this. I'm like, please. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, if you're in the States and have the ability, do it. It helps them provide more services.
Jane says also don't listen to 50 Shades. I've already read all 3 books, Jane. My player is old AF and battery is cooked, says Brandon. New players are coming out this year, and they're going to be Wi-Fi.
That's kind of what I'm waiting on.
These, yeah.
Like, mine sort of works, but do I tend to use my phone and stuff more? Absolutely. But I don't think that these are, useless.
Ray gets it. I feel like that moment where you're correcting Alyssa, you're getting an eye roll or some kind of look. Oh, the look.
For certain.
What is our ringtone? It's
The
Look by Roxette. Because Alyssa gives me the look a lot and doesn't even have to give me the look, but I know I'm getting the look. It's all about the tales of a 4th grade nothing. Yes, absolutely.
That's a good one.
I love Judy Blume's work. Amber Brown sounds like this Junie B. Jones that I accidentally stumbled upon.
It's like she is a little bit of an older Junie B. Jones that is more grammatically correct. that is true. But she's like in 3rd grade, or starts in 3rd grade. She ends up moving into 4th grade.
Yeah.
Instead of kindergarten. And then in 4th grade, she meets a new student named Kelly Green.
Ant is not pronounced ant. No, I've always heard it as ant. Listen, my Jaws just pronounced it as ant.
Yeah.
It didn't say aunt.
My childhood best friend from Minnesota said aunt.
They do up north. I've heard that a lot up north, because that was...
Yep.
Me and Emily used to have the aunt versus aunt debate constantly. And she's like, no, it's not your aunt, that's your aunt. And I'm like, bro, it's my aunt. Okay? That's just, it's my aunt. Y'all can say however you want to up in the Great White North, but... All right, down in here in the deep south of Chicago.
Oh, whatever.
Still remember we were at Pizza Luce actually, and we were talking to some people because in Pizza Luce you have to wait to get in because there's always a line. So these people.
That's probably what I was thinking about Giordano's. I was like, oh God, are we gonna have to wait in line?
Nah, I've never had to wait at Giordano's, but Pizza Luce, it was ridiculous, and they were just like, yeah, you're gonna have to wait 20 minutes. So we're talking to some other people that are waiting. And they're like, so where are you from? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not from around here. I'm actually from the deep south. I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Theo's going to get that new player too. I want that new player.
Is it out?
Yeah, Theo I don't know what he can say, but
I mean, some people are testing it, and they've been kind of open about the fact that they are, but I don't know who's allowed to or what the
exactly.
What the
I know there are
situation is.
some people on.
There probably are some people that are non-disclosure.
I have an e-reader, but it's so unreliable and quirky that I never use it.
Is it a ZoomX?
It's probably a ZoomX, and that's why.
It's sad that, that's my first question.
My favorite tale of Junie B. Jones was when she gave herself a trim, LOL, says Jane.
Yes, that was pretty funny. She, tries to cut her hair, and it goes very wrong.
I never read any of these. It's either aunt or aunt, depending on where you are. I've always said aunt. Okay. Aunt originally from Massachusetts, says Ray.
Yeah, I've heard people. My auntie.
Jane says, I wish I could get an e-reader. Not if it's a ZoomX. You don't want it.
Yeah, which depends on which state you're in. That really is what determines which one you will get.
Yes, some libraries are already sending it out like a pilot program of sorts.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, man, I wish Oklahoma didn't suck. Sorry if you are from the Oklahoma Library and are hearing this. You don't really suck, but I wish you guys had the
means
players
to do things like this.
Yeah, ZoomX. I probably should send it back. Yeah, send it back.
Yeah. Hate to be like that because I don't like to
Pennsylvania,
just
Jane,
crap on
you'll get
products.
ZoomX. Listen, the ZoomXs are just problematic. They're just not well made, and that's ZoomX.
In ZoomX's defense, because I'm trying to not be that person. Braille displays are not really their bread and butter. They work on low vision magnifiers, so this was kind of a first time thing for them.
Yeah.
And, sometimes when you try to do a new thing, it works. Other times it doesn't turn out the way you thought it would.
That's true. But yeah, the ZoomXs have been very accident prone. They fail a lot.
They make weird sounds.
Yeah.
So just, if you have one and love it, cool. If you have one and don't, let your library know.
Yeah, please let them know, because really,
I've seen some states that are like, no, we will wait for humanwares, or that have people have petitioned to their states, get humanware.
Yeah, because I have a humanware one and I really like it for what it does.
I don't like to crap on someone's brand. That's not cool, but it's maybe, I don't know if some more testing would have been in order, or how
I hate to crap on someone's brand as well, but it's if there were just constant issues and all people are seeing is issues, what else can you say?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be kind and say, this was their first one, and
I think
maybe there's room for improvement in the future.
I'll say it nicely. I mean, sometimes I think as a business, you need to stay in your lane. And I feel like that's probably a really good...
there was probably some funding involved.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there was, yeah. And so they probably
them.
went hey, we need to get these made, and, maybe Humanware couldn't make them all.
And you know what? Kudos to them for trying something.
Heck yeah. You have to call it like you see it. You have to be nice about it. Yeah, I haven't heard good things about ZoomXs. I would not want one. And that's unfortunate, because I love the concept of the e-reader.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Theodore says, I've heard of the ZoomX being referred to as the e-reader Fisher-Price edition.
Yes.
Oh, no.
I had a friend refer to it as that. I saw one at a convention, and it is very plasticky feeling. I have to agree. It kind of looks like a thicker, plasticier Bomb Vario Ultra.
Oh, man.
Complete with, the S keys.
Lexi has a focus. We're talking about the e-readers, Lexi. They only make two types. The ZoomX, which we are maligning at the moment, and the Humanwares, which we don't malign because
Humanware's been in the Braille display business a lot longer.
They really have.
They've had a lot of chances to, work on their processes. I ended up getting my hands on, someone was getting rid of real cheap, an old Brilliant BI-40 from 10 years ago that still works pretty well.
Does it work?
Yeah. And then I've got the Brilliant BI-20, that's the newer one with the speech and everything.
And I have the BI-40, I've got...
And a Mantis.
We both have Manti, yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean...
Yeah, and e-readers, which, yeah, ironically, I'd gotten the BI-20 before the e-reader happened.
I still can't get over it. Like, they're just like, please take this e-reader. You read Braille, please take it. And I'm like, but I don't really need... They're like, listen, we have a lot of them. You take one. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
That's kind of why I did it. And also, it's like, if I just want something to take with me on the road and connect to my phone, it's fantastic for that.
Yeah, the e-reader is 20 cells, but it's also great for a purse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic for if you need to carry a small display with you.
Yeah.
They're so good for that.
Yeah, and if you be kind to it. Don't be like going out of your way to damage it. But if, God forbid, something does happen, the library a lot of times can help with getting it swapped. It's not like you purchase your display and then, I don't know, something happened and now you are on the hook for all of it. Again, not saying like, oh, let's throw our e-readers down the stairs. Let's not do that. They are expensive.
No. Ray asked the question, do you like your Mantis? Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
I really do.
It's great because you don't have to learn separate keystrokes.
No.
It is a keyboard
It's
that
a
has
keyboard
Braille at the
with
bottom.
displaying it, yeah.
I use one for my job every single day.
Me too.
If I ever lost that, I would cry.
Yeah.
Because
I use one for my job most every day as well.
For different reasons.
Yeah. So no, I do like the Mantis a lot. And honestly, I mean, like when I worked in Colorado, as an ATS, like we had a lot of people that like we were getting Manti for, and it really is a great display. I had actually never seen one until I got to Colorado, and I'm just like, where have you been all my life?
Yeah, with a lot of these standard ones, you have to learn separate keystrokes, or you've got this off to one side and your keyboard kind of off to the other, and you're trying to, shimmy between everything.
I love my Mantis. I mean, and it's funny because I'd never seen one, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Well, I'm hiccuping, sorry. But I was just really impressed by it. And I was impressed how...
And using one, I think, has forced me to become a better typist.
Yeah. Lexi says, I prefer more cells. Yeah, well, it's great until you need to travel light. Because you are not going to throw a 40 cell into a purse unless you have a giant purse.
At that point, you're carrying a briefcase.
But you can take a 20 cell, and it will fit perfectly in a purse.
I'll probably pack up my e-reader for Chicago.
Yeah.
Not that I'll probably be reading a ton.
I don't know. Listen, if you got your hands on a Braille display, you're doing the trip wrong. I'm just saying. Not that I've ever said that before in my life, but
No. Well, if we're out at a loud restaurant and I need to read what's going on my phone for some reason.
That's true. Oh my gosh. I haven't gone to my country's... Let me see who this is, because I have to translate the name. Alexander says, I haven't gone to my country's library, and last time I took anything from it, they were giving out CDs. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Well, these are like specialized libraries for the blind and visually impaired.
Yeah.
Is what we're talking about. But yeah, a lot of times you can go to your local... And a lot of your local libraries now have digital, so like get a library card if you're in your area. Maybe we should do that because it helps their numbers, and you can get a lot of their audiobooks online through like Overdrive or Libby or whatever system they use.
Should really look at. I wonder if UConn has a library. We should get library cards.
Yeah, we like to.
I don't know. Do we have a library?
Liam worked with the state, we've definitely, I think, both grown an appreciation for what can we do to help like programs with their numbers and increase their funding.
What was amazing was, and I can tell this story now because it's not personal, but I had to work with a student up north when I was in Colorado, so I had to go way out to like Weld County, which is like the northeast corner. It's like you go any further east, you're in Nebraska. You go any further north, you're in Wyoming. And so what I like to do if I couldn't work at someone's house was we would work at the library. because libraries will let you rent rooms. And so the library was like, yeah, you can absolutely rent one of our rooms, but you need a library card. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, yeah, you'll need a library card. And I'm like, but I don't live here. And they're like, that's okay, you can get a non-resident card. So in my wallet, I still have a High Plains library card for Greeley, Colorado.
Yeah. And it was literally just, as soon as you get the card, so like that same day you got the card and got the room, right?
Yeah, I did.
But it's just,
it was amazing.
It's to help them go, look, we have people.
We have people. But yeah, I have a Greeley, Colorado library card now. And they're like, yeah, you can fill this out and get a full whatever, and I never even bothered.
Well, it's the same thing, like if you want to use the computers there, usually you gotta get a library card, but they can do that on the spot, and it's like, oh, okay, you're good now.
Bryant says, are the Braille displays you get from the library modified in any way from the original ones that you get from Humanware?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we could say that.
Well, we're talking about Humanware.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can talk about them. Yeah, they are.
So, like, my Brilliant 20 and my e-reader are a little bit different. They look the same.
The big thing really is inside. They've disconnected the audio circuitry.
And you don't get note-taking features on
Well,
the
it's running
e-reader.
a different software.
Yeah, they fork the software a little bit different.
Yeah.
So
and they also don't follow the release schedule. So, like,
correct. Let's
say you have a BI-40 or a Mantis and you just got software for it. Don't be looking for software for your e-reader.
Yeah, you won't find it.
No.
And some of their settings and things are a little different, and also some of the
keys
operation
are different. Like, I can't
different.
do 4 chords.
No, you really are using your thumb keys a lot, and the little round home key that we think of, like, on a Brilliant is actually the select key on the... And the reason they did that, because I was listening to a podcast from the NLS, was they wanted to set this up in such a way so that if you needed to contact your library because you were having an issue with it, that a sighted librarian that really doesn't know Braille could say, okay, press this key.
Yeah.
And tell me what you see. Whereas, like, if you're saying press enter, and the person's like, well, I don't know what enter is. Well, neither do I. I don't read Braille.
Yeah.
So
that's why they did it.
So they tried to simplify
I
that.
wish you could do it both ways. I think that'd be really cool.
If you could, like, change the layout.
Or, like, let me do either space or .4 chord.
You can do space.
I know, but I'm saying, like, you can do space right now, and you can do the
or you can do the thumb keys.
Well, let me have my 4 chord 1 chord because that's what I'm familiar with.
And you can do that in, I think, like, in books, maybe? There were some things. And, of course, if you connect it as terminal or as Braille display, then you can use all the things that you're familiar with your own, whether it's your phone, your computer, etc., etc.
Yeah. But...
So, to answer the question, yes, it is set up a little different, but if you know the Brilliant, you can learn it.
Yeah, you can, definitely. But yes, it's different software. I would say that the 2 major differences are the software and then the fact that, like, audio circuitry has been removed.
Yeah, and so you just get these little sounds.
What was that sound again?
I'm not doing it again.
Oh, okay. That's okay. This is recorded. We can just pull it off the recording.
Exactly. So you don't need me to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh. You trying to imitate your favorite goal horn?
Oh, no, not the Kelowna Rockets goal horn.
You're actually being nice. It's an octave higher.
I can't. There it is.
There you go.
I can never get the Zoom X to work with Mac. I don't think the Zoom X really works with anything. I'll be honest. Go Eagles. Super Bowl in a week.
Oh, how do we feel about that?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, whoever wins wins. Listen, it's a man's holiday. It's like women get Valentine's Day, we get Super Bowl Sunday.
Valentine's Day is stupid. Okay, no, it's not probably a very nice thing to say.
Well, it is stupid, but I'm just saying, like, men don't have a Valentine's Day. We don't have, like, because really for Valentine's Day, it's really about women. And that's okay.
I kind of tend to opt out of it as much as humanly possible. To me, and I'm not saying that, it's wrong if anyone disagrees. Like, the world goes, opinions go around the world. But to me, in my mind, I'm like, why do I need a special holiday to, remember that I love someone, or to tell someone that I love them, or that...
Yeah.
To me, it's like that's something that you do every day.
You just do it, yeah.
And...
I know, but it's become very commercialized and very, like, flowers and candy and shiny things.
Yes.
And like, that's cool, but, like, guys don't have an equivalent, like, tools and motor oil and other stuff. Like, we don't really have that day. So to me, like, Super Bowl Sunday is the guy's Valentine's Day. You get to sit on the couch and eat food and drink your favorite beverage and watch,
watch football.
Watch, like, a violent sport. Yeah, no, that's like a guy's Valentine's Day. Mine really would be, like, hockey. Like, that. Hockey would be more my Valentine's Day. I think Tips are playing on Valentine's Day.
No offense to anyone who's like, I love Valentine's Day.
Cool.
That's awesome. And we actually know somebody that was born on Valentine's Day, so that's cool.
We do?
Yeah. Fritz's mom.
Oh.
I don't know if she watches this channel, does she?
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I okay.
MN.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I'll ask you later. I'm not getting your hints.
She was really shocked when we got together.
Oh. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, Fritz's mom.
That's right. I forgot. That is her birthday. I don't care about the game. I do care about the halftime show this year. K-Dot's bringing a whole crew to roast Drake.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jeez. Is that still going on?
Drama.
They're going to end up just shooting each other, I think. I don't know. Do I know anyone that was born on February 29th? Yeah, I do, actually. Wonder how those people celebrate. Oh, that's my stomach.
Yeah, I never thought about that. So if somebody was born on February 29th, they're never going to be legal to drink. How does that work?
Brandon says, I live for this beef. It's been getting crazy, I guess. The whole Drake, Kendrick Lamar thing.
Oh, boy.
I don't care, but I guess it's funny or something. I don't know. They're just wrecking each other. I'm like, what did Drake even do? I mean,
don't know.
He's Drake, so I guess that's good enough. I don't know.
But yeah, just like how do they do that on like legalese stuff? Do they consider you to be March 1st, February 28th?
I don't know.
How does that work?
Oh, Drake's a predator and he's getting bodied by everyone. Okay. Isn't he Canadian?
No idea. Don't care.
I don't know anything about Drake. I thought a Drake was like a male duck.
Quack.
I thought Drake was... Never mind.
Oh, no!
Wait, he's a predator. Then yeah, okay, hold on.
Oh,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, okay. Now I understand. It makes complete sense. Wow, I never...
made the connection.
Yeah, I never... Oh, jeez. My kid learned Braille, and when she was 8 or 9, she hand brailled some labels to go on some chocolate roses that Eric gave me. I got one every day in my L days. Quotes from The Princess Bride. Oh, okay.
Who is this from?
Jane.
You know what? That's really sweet. I had my little sister one time. I think it was
in my lunch.
Oh,
for Valentine's Day.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
That is really cool. My sister one year, I
don't
think
do
it
cool
was
stuff like that. Sorry.
I can't remember if it might have been for my birthday. Because I had done like at her school, I had done a presentation on Braille and gave all the kids like a Braille alphabet card so that they could know what the letters were. And she always got home from school before I did, so I guess she would borrow my Brailler, and I didn't know she was doing this. because she'd always put it back exactly where she found it, and she told me later, she's like, yeah, I even paid attention to whether the handle was up or down. And so she'd take it and work on this thing that she was making for me, and so on my birthday, she gave me this card that, like, she made. It was like, I don't remember exactly what it was, and
Wait,
I wish
I'm
I still
confused
had
by
it.
a thing.
Can I finish my story?
Yeah, I just saw a weird thing, and yeah, but go ahead, sorry.
And by
squirreling
my
really
birthday, I got this, like, the 10 Reasons I Love You card that my sister had taken all this time on different days after school to go braille on my brailler. It was the sweetest thing ever. And I wish I still had it. Makes me sad.
I know some people who are born on Christmas, so Christmas is like a second birthday. Dude, that's the worst when your birthday is Christmas.
So what was confusing that just popped up?
It was like you, my mom, and 128 other friends responded to a friend happening soon in Yukon.
What?
I don't know.
No?
That's what I'm like.
I mean, we got tagged in the post about Girl Scout cookies, but I don't know what other event would be going on that in
That
Yukon.
128 people would...
That is weird.
It's not showing me.
I don't know.
I'll have to look. I'm so confused. I wonder if it, like, broke or something.
It must have, because I haven't responded to any events.
I don't do events.
And, like, none of our friends, except for, like, the couple that live out here, would be going to a thing out here.
My cousin was born on Christmas Eve. Yeah, my cousin was too, actually. I mean, that still kind of sucks. You still get shortchanged.
Yeah. Anytime your birthday is, like, on a holiday.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So, are we going back to sleep, or are we doing lunch?
I'm hungry. I don't know about you.
I'm hungry, too. Should we vote on something? Or should we just, like, not listen to what people say?
When do we listen?
What's listening?
Yeah, what's that?
Worst Valentine's Day. Eric gave me stuff inside a balloon that I had to pop to get.
Oh, God. I would just be like, nope, you do it. I'm leaving the room.
Jane says you want pizza. Dude, we don't have pizza in Oklahoma.
Not good pizza.
No. We have, like, Cece's pizza.
Yeah. I don't do popping balloons.
No, I don't like it.
I understand why you're saying that's the worst. Because it's like, it's this horrible loud noise and like, ugh. Yeah, one time I was like blowing up a balloon just with air. You know, I was like, had it up to my mouth and it popped and hit me in the face. I was displeased. Balloon pop!
I let that balloon sit there for 3 days, says Jane. Dude, I don't like balloons either. Balloons tick me off. Now, water balloons are fun.
Well, heck yeah. You get to, like, throw them at people and stuff.
And, like, hit them in the face with them really hard.
I was at a summer camp one year, and we were having, like, this water balloon war, and someone went up to, because this was at Blind Lake, so the Pillsbury Mansion, so this dude goes up to the 3rd floor with, like, a bucket of water balloons and just starts grenading them out the window and hitting everyone. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
He comes running back outside, he's like, I soaked every single one of you. Don't do it.
Yeah, so...
It's like, that is water ballooning done right.
Also, it still says you're tuning into Liam's 2024 marathon.
So someone needs to fix Nightbot.
I did. It didn't get the memo, apparently.
Nightbot, you're fired.
Yeah.
You are terminated, effective now.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. We have to figure out lunch.
Yeah, like food or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Good question.
Seems like we've almost made a Saturday tradition of doing Slim Chickens. I've noticed that
Jane
after
says
several
fried
streams,
chicken.
we've done
I
Slim
wonder
Chickens.
we could do Slims.
That's what I was just saying. It seems like we've kind of made almost a tradition that Saturdays are Slim Chicken. I don't know why that is.
I'm cool with Slims. I could go for some potato salad.
Yeah.
I'll eat the Texas toast if you don't want it.
Perfect.
All right.
And to be clear, I like Texas toast. I'm just usually full by the time I finish everything else.
What's full?
It's like this feeling you get where you're like, I can't eat more food.
Ooh, and we could get root beer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on a root beer kick lately. I don't know what's going on.
So we need to add that to the grocery list again.
Yes. More root beer. The A&W is really, really good. I mean, I wish the Long John Silvers didn't suck at life. I mean, they have A&W stuff too.
Oh, we were so sad.
I know.
They brought our food like an hour late.
And it was during a meeting.
Yes, during an all department,
all hands on deck.
Division
all division meeting
with cameras on. So there was no, I'm just gonna sit here and eat my lunch while I'm at this meeting. And then the hush puppies were burnt.
Yes. And the shrimp sucked.
And we're like, we could do this better by getting Walmart shrimp and hush puppies, and so we did.
Which actually worked out better. When we got those shrimp nibblers or shrimp poppers or whatever they are, and we haven't tried them yet. They look disappointing though.
Yeah. They kind of do.
Yeah. I was hoping they were going to be full of deliciousness, and they just look tiny and sad.
Yeah, I was like, is it filled with shrimp and cream cheese? It's like a jalapeno popper, but shrimp?
I got some A&W root beer flavored jelly beans. I'd rather just have A&W root beer. I'd just rather have a giant glass of root beer. That sounds good. I think we need to do that. Okay, so Slim Chickens it is. And there you go. So I think we'll go and order our food now.
Yeah, this seems to be a thing now. It's like, well, we're hungry. And oh yeah, because we'll want to do that anyway, because in about 40 minutes is our lovely Saturday tornado test.
Oh yeah. That's where the tornado comes through and it tests us to see if we're still here.
No.
Well, this is Oklahoma. That would be believable.
It probably would be, yeah. No, every Saturday at noon they test the siren for a few minutes.
We'll also do another podcast. I know we have not done an episode of 404 in a while. There just hasn't been a lot to talk about, and we can't talk about work, so...
No, and that's really been a major part of our lives, as it is for most people that
we've
work.
Been working. Work's been busy, and work's been busy, too,
yes.
for both of us. So... yeah. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for being here. As always, thanks for watching and or listening. We will be back on the 8th, I believe.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. We'll go with it. And so we'll see you all back here for more chatting next week. As always, thanks for watching and or listening. Good night and good corn. In fact, the best of corn. Don't just have good corn. Have best corn.
Corn nuggets.
Oh, corn nuggets sound good. I wonder we could get those.
The only place we know of doesn't have great chicken.
They were not, and the nuggets weren't that great, honestly.
Well, they also had to travel.
Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten corn nuggets from Brandy's when I lived in Des Plaines, and even though they traveled, they were still good. We'll have to do a Brandy's trip at some point when we're in Des Plaines. Brandy's has everything. I'm pretty sure they have pizza.
Wow.
They have pizza, tacos, gyros, burgers. They have a really good chicken parmesan sandwich. They have rotisserie chicken. They have everything.
Nice.
And it's all good. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll have to definitely do a Brandy stop or something and get some corn nuggets. Anyways, we're out of here. Thanks, guys. Bye.